Welcome back to Callahan's Corner, where you ask the questions. We answer them live right here on Facebook. So I had a question submitted here in one of the user groups. A gentleman wanted to know, anyone have a good way to track advertising spend based on a specific segment of your business? So going to answer the question here, how to track it based on each segment of your business, as well as an overall view of your advertising for your service business. So it doesn't matter whether you're lawn care, home cleaning, pest control. These are features that are built in natively inside Service Autopilot to track these spends. And then I'm going to actually dive into a Google Sheet that we used in my business to seven figures and well beyond to actually track and forecast the sales goals now going into 2021. So next 5 to 10 minutes here, I'm going to really dial in and show you how this can be done. And in addition, if you're watching live or recorded, kind of curious, if you can put a comment in here. We're thinking about doing a almost a webinar Wednesday type deal where we go through and break down all the different things that SimpleGrowth does. And if you're looking to do it yourself, we're going to kind of demystify that. And if you're looking to get some help with it, then you're aware of what we do. But probably like a webinar Wednesday, whether it's on Facebook Live or a private webinar. But if anybody watching this live or recorded thinks if that would be of interest, it's something we're considering doing over here and potentially creating a private Facebook group to create a community around just the people who want to work on their business and not necessarily in it, like Michael Gerber would say. So without any further delay, I'm going to bump out the screen here and get in the Service Autopilot. So I'm in one of our test accounts here. And the foundational piece of this, there's really two parts. The main thing here is we want to go in and set up some sources. So our client sources. Now, it's kind of a two-step approach here, and I think to answer the question directly, I think there is best practice. So if you are working with a Facebook ad agency, you're running them yourselves, or you're doing pay-per-click or anything on Google, I think the best process here is probably going to go in and we want to add some sources per campaign, and that may be per particular segment if you're doing lawn care and design build. This would be separate, but the main thing here is we've got our Facebook, let's call it our Facebook ad, and let's just say it's going to be from let's make it 12/1/2020 to 1/20/21. So we've got our Facebook ad source for the specific campaign. Now, this can be done for door hangers and other things or every door direct mailing, but the more specific you can get in here is probably the better. And then once you have this, we'd go in and add a campaign. So we would actually put our start and end of this from 12/1 into the 20th of next year. And now, obviously, distribution, you don't have that. But if you're doing door hangers or anything physical, you can have an account. That's going to be an extra data point that you're definitely going to want in there. Now, our total expense. So let's just say that it's a 1 month campaign, or actually almost 2 month campaign. Let's say we've got a $3,000 ad spend. So we're going to put that in there. Now, it's not an upsell. So an upsell could be done through Facebook or potentially retargeting. But the idea there would be is you've got a custom audience you've loaded up. So people that are existing customers that you're retargeting through a Facebook ad or door hangers, online or offline marketing. So this is going to be an online marketing play here. So that's how we're going to set that up. Next thing is you want to go in. We do this for a lot of the Facebook management companies that we work with. But the idea here is you're going to be going in and adding a form. So we're actually going to go back just to V2 because that's where most people are playing right now. But it most definitely can be done in V3. And depending on the sophistication level, I'd almost recommend it in V3. But I'm just going to add a form here just because it's going to be really simplistic to get it in V2 here so you can see it. And this is where most of our clients right now are hanging out. So that just kind of makes sense here. But once this loads, I'm going to pull this up. And the idea here is when we add this form, there's a couple main things in V2 that you need. So you're going to need a first name, a last name, map back to first name, last name. And you're going to need email, map back to email, because this is a lead. Service address would be creating a client, and you'd map that back to service address. But really, that's not the play here. We're going in and we're capturing their information when they request an estimate. Now, with an estimate request, full transparency, you may need that service address, but at bare minimum, you need first name, last name, and email. And the additional one is going to be the service address mapped back here. So let me refresh this here. Internet's been a little wonky with all the kids home in the neighborhood, so it is possible. So I'm going to go into my test form here, pull this up, and show you what we're doing here. But basically what we're doing is you scroll about 3/4 of the way down the screen, and that is going to allow you to set up your client source. So we've taken our client source from the gear icon under client source. We've set up that Facebook ad, and then we'd have a specific form here that is going to be specifically for that Facebook ad. And then source on submit, we're going to go in and take our Facebook ad of that date run. So now we've tracked the specific lead acquisition, and then in the reports, it was going to show you your conversion. So I'm going to show you in the back end what this looks like. But any comments or questions, feel free to do that. But first name, last name need to be mapped back to first name, last name. And at bare minimum, you need email back to email. Now, the address for an estimate is probably something you want, and a phone number. So we're talking about omni-channel marketing. So we're talking about email, text message, and messenger, and phone call. So we want to be able to get enough data in there so it's a list that you own now and you're not borrowing it from Facebook. Because if the algorithm switches, you want control of that. So the main idea is under the gear icon, we're setting up that client source. Once again, if you haven't done this in 2020, you can actually go back and update this. And from what I've seen with the SimpleGrowth clients, that we've been actually going to go out and pull this data out for all of last year. But we want to go in and add a source, name the source, and then every time you do an ad campaign underneath that particular source, we can have the start and end date. So you may have Facebook, particularly if you don't care about the granularity of each campaign, and you can have the start and end date of each campaign. So Facebook could be a general header, and these are just these separate campaigns, or you'd have each particular ad. And then having that form automatically submit that lead, contact your office to require that estimate, or if you're not using a messenger bot, this is the way to go. In addition, you can do something like a door hanger. So that door hanger, you could have the start and end date and the distribution of, say, 5,000 or actually maybe 50,000 of these, and it was a $1,000 spend. That's how you would track that. So offline or online marketing, we have a form that automatically submits if you're driving them to a landing page with that embedded into it. And then the final part is under reports, report center. We're going into service autopilot, and we're going into the, on the left here when it loads up, it's the old toaster oven that I like to call it. This is not in the new Logi reporting center. We're actually going over here to SA reports. And this SA report is going to give you everything you need. So if you're watching this or you want to watch the recorded version, you want to kind of hop back and forth. But every report I'm running is right from the screen. It's pre-built, and you just filter the dates, and everything loads in nicely. So I've taken the liberty to take some screenshots, but the first report is sales source by summary, and that is one of the reports in here. So we can run that sales source by summary report, and this is the data that we're getting out of it. So it's going to give us our number of leads, number of converted, conversion ratio. So in this fictitious example, we had 1,800 leads, 485 turned into clients. We had a conversion ratio of 26%. Now that's across all our sales. Now we go in and do our source name. So these were the client sources. So if we had broken down each Facebook ad, we would actually be able to see the efficiency of each ad. And then we can go back into our ads manager and repurpose the winning ads for the next year. And like I said, you probably want to have a separate form with a lead source for that online marketing or Google, so you can track the efficiency and the return on investment for your company running your Facebook ads or your Google pay-per-click. So what we've got is a whole bunch of sources here. And we've got here is how many leads converted, and the conversion percentage of a sale. So now we've got the overall new leads and conversion percentage, but some of these here are obviously going to be bigger winners. So customer referral fictitiously here converted at 57%, which is probably about right. But our postcards and direct mail is about 33 to 36%. So you're going to be able to define your winners and losers on this and be able to work these back into a marketing plan the next year. So this is the next step, and I'll show you how we do that. Now we got a company scorecard by year. So this is another great report. Once again, under that the report center, the little toaster oven there. And then the final thing that we're looking at is a cancellation report per reason. So we want to set up our cancellation reasons as well, and by source, our cancellations, and the additional information around cancels. So what we can do is we had a total canceled clients of 437. The average days as a client here was 9 years. So you can run some client lifetime reports on that as well. So that's pretty interesting. So the average days for client in this test account was 3,100 days. This is, I think this data was actually here pulled out of the old Callahan's account. I think our average client lifetime value was around 9 years. Our retention was pretty high. But that is the data you can have. So it's non-emotional data. We want to set up the client source. We set up forms that submit it. And then we go to that toaster icon under the report center and pull up the area here. And then what you can do is you can create a marketing plan. So this is something that we do when we work with clients that work with SimpleGrowth, as we set up, for example, Google ads here. So if we based it off 600 leads in 2020, if we had a 20% increase in spend, statistically, that should have basically the same ratio of closing rates. So if we bumped it up by 20%, we had the same closing ratio of 35%. We should, instead of 600 leads last year, produce 720 leads. We'll get about 252 new clients at that closing ratio. And then we can have a cost of our marketing spend, and then the average cost per client for Google or Facebook or Yelp or whatever that looks like. So we know what is our client acquisition cost, and now we know our average total sale for the season of 878. We're going to talk about the timing and the geographic area. And what we're going to do here potentially is, if it's a straight $1,500 a month, we can do that. Or if you're kind of in my market here, you're going to be going significantly heavier in March, April, and May, and plugging those numbers in. But what you've got is your projected cash flow outlay for marketing and your projected new customers per month. And at the end, you've got your projected net new, projected cancel. So we need to take care of our churn and attrition, and then the projected client total thereafter. So we're building in new clients, but at the same time, we probably have a couple coming out the bottom. So we want to know what our projected net new is, projected cancel, projected client total after that. And we're going to back these numbers in here. Great talk. If you have the recordings to SA Thrive, Jonathan Potoshnik went even deeper than this in his SA Thrive talk. It was interesting because we had not talked about that, but we have been actually talking about this with SimpleGrowth clients and how to actually do this and working with them to set these plans up. And then Jonathan actually talked about it at SA Thrive. So if you're unfamiliar with Jonathan, he's from or of the Lawn Care Millionaire co-owner service autopilot, but that's something that he was teaching at SA Thrive. And we're going to break down our services. So the actuals for last year, the projected actuals for this year, and then the difference from our goal. And as we go down, we're going to track it weekly. So at the end of this week, we had a net new 12 clients, and we need an additional 13 to hit our goal. So you have a daily cadence of tracking the actual versus budgeted sales goals, that way to hold your team and yourself responsible. So hopefully this was helpful. Gear icon, client sources, forms that auto submit with that lead source in there. We want to track underneath it the actual start and end, the distribution quantity if it's offline, hard copy marketing. Otherwise, we definitely want to track the price or what you're paying for your digital marketing, and that will get you those values that you're looking for. So Callahan's Corner, you ask the questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook. Feel free to submit any questions. Once again, if you're watching this live recorded, thinking about doing it on a set time every Wednesday to complement the SA Weekly Talk Show, but be like a webinar Wednesday where we go down and break down all the things in your business that you need to do to be successful for 2021 to crush your goals and outlearn your competition. So we'll see you again tomorrow. Callahan's Corner. You ask the questions, we answer them live right here on Facebook.